What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel here at Jay's Kernel Corner. It is your boy Jay Hi, and today we're going to do a little chopping video. I have 3 loaves for you to chop up from L3 from my previous haul from Jennifer's pop-up restock haul. So let's just dive on into what we're going to be chopping today, which is going to be this bad boy, which is right here, all warmed up and ready to go. And my other 2 loaves I have here are also on the chopping block as well. But we are going to just dive into this one first. So, one thing about me, I always tell myself, you don't need any more wax, calm down on buying wax. And honestly, truly, as a waxy, it's like that never really happens. It never happens for me. And I know that I need to calm down. I know, but sometimes, there's just too many great blends out here, and it's kind of hard to say no to most of them because they all sound so good. And there's that fear of missing out. You tell yourself, no, I don't need it, I can always get it later, and then there's like, okay, what if it doesn't ever come back, and that was the only time I could have gotten it, things like that. So we end up just ordering all this wax and stuck with it for God knows how long. But at the same time, I guess you could call it a guilty pleasure, perhaps. And it's not hurting nobody. It makes our homes smell good. So I guess that's the good thing about it. It's not hurting nobody. This hobby that we have here is for good purposes. So why not indulge, even when we know that we do not need any more wax in our stash. And so a little background, I guess. I started buying vendor wax in 2016, and I don't exactly remember how I got into it. Really, I don't really know exactly how that took place, but I think it was Instagram. And I remember the first vendor I ever bought from was Poor Girls. It was Poor Girls Wax. If you know, you know. It was Poor Girls, Candy Panda. Who else was my first vendors I bought from? Super Tarts was one of the first I bought from. Vintage Chic was one of the first vendors I bought from, and I think that was like the ones that really threw me into the vendor wax world. And ever since then, it's been a whirlwind of just restocks and pre-orders, and it's literally been nonstop. And there was a time when I had to literally stop myself from ordering because I had that much wax. I mean, it got to a point where I left all of the wax groups I was in and everything because I was literally overwhelmed with wax in my stash. A lot of it I had sold off, and it got that bad. It did. I'm not ashamed by any means. I just needed to take a break from it. And once I got back into it, I said, okay, we are not going to recklessly order a bunch of wax this time, Jay. And yeah, that didn't last long. Once I got back into it, I mean, I can say that I do order a lot more in moderation now, but at the same time, even ordering in moderation, it all adds up, you know? Like, I see that I have just about as much wax now that I did when I was first finding my way into vendor wax. And it's not that, I purposely meant to order that much, but it's the fact that now it's just piled up over various vendors. So, like, it's just it makes me happy. Home fragrance makes me happy. And the odd thing about it is that I didn't really grow up around a lot of home fragrance. My mom, she would burn candles here and there. I mean, it was very rare that she burned candles. My grandma was more of a potpourri woman. So she always had potpourri. Where are you going, buddy boy? Potpourri in throughout the house, like down the hallway, in the bathrooms, in the kitchen, in the living room, in the dining room, in the den, just potpourri. So I never did get into potpourri though. That really wasn't my thing. But I did get into candles. I want to say I was 2014 was my first big dive into candles. And ever since then, it's been a whirlwind and just a rabbit hole that I have not been able to pull myself out of. So I'm scared to even know how much money I've spent over the years on home fragrance. But at the same time, it's been a really fun experience. There's so much hype and excitement and so much to look forward to with restocks and all the lingo that I've learned and everything. So this is one already finished here. So I already got that one done. This is Tashawn's blend of clothespins and Caribbean Escape. So I will be right back, and I will have for you the other two loaves. So give me one moment. Okay, we are back with the next loaf that we're going to chop, which is one of my hybrid loaf customs. Well, not customs, but requests, which is this North by Northwest and Overlook Hotel blend. So yeah, as I was saying, I started out with Super Tarts and then Poor Girls, and then I found my way to Vintage Chic, and then I just kept finding more and more and more vendors. Another one I came across was it Beezy's? I believe that was the name of the vendor. And then I came across Candy Panda, and then I came across who else? There was some other little indie vendors that I was ordering from, just finding whoever I could order from and trying out different types of wax and things like that. So over the years, I've gotten pretty well versed in the vendor wax world, if I do say so myself. There are some other vendors I would love to try that's like overseas and stuff. I know some overseas vendors don't ship to the US as of yet, so maybe one day I'll get around to some of those. But as of right now, I will say that my top favorite vendors would probably have to be Brita's Creepy Treasures, Rose Girls, Super Tarts, Teddy Bees. Uh-oh, that one got stuck a little bit. Teddy Bees. Oh dear. Ebony Violet has become a favorite of mine. Destination Wax, which I haven't ordered from Rebecca in quite some time too. So I definitely got to order from her at some point again. Who else is some of my favorites? I'm trying to think of who else is in my stash right now. Empire Alchemy. And I love all of these vendors for different reasons, you know. With Empire Alchemy, I love Anna and her wax because her blends are so just unique and so different and so just, you know, her blends are the blends that you wouldn't see anywhere else, you know, and I love blends that are unique and that can stand on their own and be like, you know, this, like, her blends really do come across as premium fragrances, like things that you would find like in a boutique somewhere, you know. And some of her blends are, you know, very simple, and then there's some that's more like, oh, that's interesting, what is that exactly? So, but I definitely love her blends for that. And then you have of course here L3, and I love Jennifer's wax because one, it throws great. So does Empire Alchemy, and I love the fact that Jennifer offers numerous times over the months for you to partake in customs. And when it comes to customs, I am very much all about that life. I will throw some blends together, and that's also one thing I love about vendor wax too, is you have the opportunity to shop with vendors who you can create your own blends with. And there's nothing more exciting than coming up with your own blends that you have in mind, you know, your own creations that you want to have in your home. Like there's something so exciting about coming up with the blend and then having, you know, the vendor create that blend for you, and then you getting it and smelling it, and it comes out exactly what you imagine it to be. And then, like, you know, you get to name your blend and everything, and it's something exciting, and it's something like, even though it can be a little nerve-wracking sometimes to try to figure out what exactly is going to go with this and what's going to go with that and things like that, but that's the fun of it. Oh, and I love Glitterati. If you know that story, when I got picked for the customs, yeah, I was overly stoked. I screamed in my house, not even gonna lie, because I tried for like 4 years and it finally happened. So there is the final chopped product of that one, and I'm going to grab the other one out of the microwave really quickly. Hold on one second. I'm still here. Hold on, I'm coming. All right, there we go. But yeah, I love doing customs, whether it is with Kay, who I love Kay customs also. I love Kay. I love doing customs with Britta. I love doing customs with Jennifer. And sometimes Anna will offer customs too. And I love doing customs with pretty much any vendor that I can do customs with. I'm probably going to do it because I love the blends that they come up with too. And, you know, sometimes you have a specific blend in mind yourself. So you're like, you know what? I want to try this with that. And what also I love about some vendors is that if you requests a blend and then they go to make it, but it's just really not hitting the way you thought it would, or it's like it's not coming together to the vendor's nose. Tell me. Like, I love when vendors be like, hey, so I know you want this, but these two are really not working well together. So so do you want to try a different oil with this one, or do you want to just like take it out completely, or like let me know? Because please, I would rather you tell me, hey, this isn't, nope, don't do that, rather than to just make the blend and it just don't be that great in the end. Like, no, please tell me what's not going to work. Because there are some blends that sound great in our heads, but when you put them oils together, baby, no. Nope, that did not come off the way you thought it was going to. But there's also this, you over time you understand how fragrances will play with each other. Like, I know for me, like by me being a fruity, earthy, aquatic person, and having melted so many different types of those scents, I can kind of look at the scent notes of something and be like, okay, that's going to tie in with this. That's going to bring out more of this. That should do this some justice. So I can say that most of my customs that I have done didn't need to be revised. Thankfully, they were just, they were good as they were. And, but there was also some that just were, no. So, like, I was on the right path, but something just was like, yeah, that's not gonna go with that. And it happens. Nobody's blend is always going to be on par to what they want it to actually be, because you might think that something will go together because it has a similar background, or it has similar type of scent notes, not scent notes, but similar type of what am I trying to say? They kind of coincide with each other the same way, such as let's say caramel apple and cider lane. Those go hand in hand with each other, at least to me. But spiced pumpkin and spiced cranberry might clash. That's a lot of spice going on. So let's revise that, shall we? I think this looks pretty good, I think. So we're going to have to put this back in the bag here. But yeah, so I just really love creating blends and wrecking my brain. It's like a pleasurable torture, And I've never really been a big bakery person, but sometimes you gotta toss in that bakery to kind of like round out a certain situation, like if you guys saw my K Customs haul, there was a blend that I did that was called Hayrise and Haunts, and I tossed in apple cider donut. And you guys know that I'm not a bakery person, but I was like, I need something to kind of like offset this woodsiness and to tie into this perfect autumn oil. And I thought there was no better oil to use to really like bring it all together and really give it that extra fall pop that I needed than that. So there we have it. So these are my two babies here. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they so pretty? Oh my god. But so there we have it. Let me bring this back a little bit. There we go. All right, so there you have it. My three L3 loaves, all chopped and ready to go. I'll probably be melting this very soon. I'm going to save these bad boys for the fall season, whenever that starts. Excuse you. Hopefully, we get fall weather, because if anybody that's watching this is from NC, in like the lower half of the state, like in the Piedmont Sandhills area, yeah, you guys know that when it comes to fall weather, it's rare. You know, so because I'm in Fayetteville, so fall weather for us is like a second wave of summer sometimes. Some years we get lucky. Some years it's like, no, what is fall? Who are you? What is that? But so I'm hoping this year we actually do get some good fall weather so I can thoroughly and properly enjoy my fall blends. But anyway, moving on along. So why are you jiggling around, Jigglypuff? Calm down. So that being said, hopefully you all are doing well, staying safe, staying cool. It's almost fall season. It's time to wrap summer up, evict her, kick her out. Her time is up. Get her a new lease somewhere else. I love you guys so much, and to my new subscribers, thank you. Hi, I see you. How you doing? And until next time, I'm out of here, guys. Later.